But first to psychic June Field, who's coming to perform at the Leeds Marriott Hotel on the 26th of October.
Well, June, great to have you here in Leeds. I know it's actually the first time that you've been here, though, isn't it?
It is, and it's exciting.
But you're back here later in the month on the 26th. You're going to be performing here at the Marriott Hotel.
I certainly will. It's an evening of mediumship, so should be high energy and fun, and hopefully it won't be raining.
No, fingers crossed. Well, hopefully you can bring us some good weather from Dundee, if that's possible.
We've got the same in Dundee,
right? Okay, maybe not there. Well, what can people expect from this evening? Because I'm sure it's not something that a lot of people have seen kind of in action before.
Well, I've done it all over the country. The last demonstration that I did was in Inverness, and I gave one of the things I gave was a lady. I said to her that her father was in spirit. He smelt of a bit like stale beer, so he liked a wee drink. And that he had two false legs. One was a comfortable one, and one was a not so comfortable one.
Right.
And that her mother used to hide the comfy leg to stop him going to the pub. And she took it all, but he still wore his awful leg, but then just drunk a little bit more because it was painful.
Okay.
So it's evidence like that you would get, and it's a bit upbeat and high energy. It's not doom and gloom.
Right.
They're just giving you a little bit of evidence that they are alive and well, and they do exist.
Okay, so how does it work? Do people kind of submit themselves to you, or do you choose people from the audience?
Well, the audience will sit. I do a little chit chat for a minute, and it's like I've got you in the Star Trek tractor beam. Then I start to watch people form. I start to go to the loudest voice, the brightest light, and I'll pull into a person. I don't just throw it out there. I know exactly where I'm going.
Right.
And then I'm drawn to the individual, and I give them the link.
Okay, and how does it progress from there? Do they come up on stage?
No, they just stay where they are.
Right. So there's no spotlight on them or anything. They get to stay in the seats.
No spotlight, but what there is there'll be a wee camera on them, and then there'll be a screen behind me so that people in the audience can actually see their face. And to be honest, it's priceless sometimes, the look on their face. They don't need to see anything, or the people next to them go, that type of thing. So that's needed, but no one's going to put them under any pressure now.
And how did you get into it in the first place? Because it must be, the first time you went on stage must have been so daunting, because it's not, a comedian or an actor or a singer that has a set list prepared. Each show's completely different for you, I imagine.
It is. They're all completely different. And I started off, this was something I was born with. Didn't want to do this in life. And then I started off doing some spiritual churches, which always seemed to sell out. And then the very first big venue I did was in Vancouver, and I sat up in an area watching everyone come in and fill their seats, and it just suddenly dawned on me. I thought, oh my God, they're coming in here to see me, and they're putting quotes on seats, etc. And then I thought, they're not really coming to see me at all. They're actually coming to link with their loved ones. It's not about me. And that actually does help with the nerves, that.
Okay.
They're not coming to see June Field. They're coming to make a contact and connection with those I've lost.
Okay. And what makes you want to keep doing it? Because sometimes it must be really emotional. Sometimes it must be quite sad, connecting these people. What is it that makes you want to continue to do it?
Well, we've all had losses in life. And to me, I'm a bit older than yourself, and I've lost both parents, and we all lose people in life. The only thing we can't escape is passing over and losing the physical body. And it's painful to lose somebody. But for someone to give you evidence and the proof that character and that person and the love and the bond still exists through no doubts, because they've given you specific things, then that to me makes a person walk out and feel entirely different, knowing, and it's given them a bit of hope that they will be reconnected with their loved ones. They don't go anywhere. That's why I do it.